All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Today is April 2nd, 2022, and this is the Virtual Woman of the World Poetry Slam. Whoop, whoop. My name is Lovey. I will be your host for this bout. This is a virtual space that honors all women identifying poets to lift their voices and celebrate each and every poet competing today. And we want our poets to feel your energy, so be sure to give it up for all the poets by commenting in the chats. Let's show love here in the virtual slam to those competing in person over the course of the festival. Again, my name is Lovey or Afrodelic, but I like Lovey, and that's just love with a Y. And I would like to introduce your bout manager, Eccentric. Please come to the screen and say hello. Ooh, I cannot hear you though.
Oh,
You are muted.
here we go. I was mute.
Hey.
I was muted. Welcome to WOWPS Virtual Festival. Just remember sportsmanship. As Lovey was saying, big up your poets. We know this is a competition, but we're a family. We're here to support, to make this a safe space. Lovey has a spiel for you that'll kind of go over your rules. She'll, make some recommendations to the judges. Just once again, I'm welcoming you to the space, and thank you guys for coming. And I'll send it back over to you, Lovey.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eccentric. All right. So we almost ready for the slam. We also have our time and scorekeeper of the bouts, Chris Bragg. So shout out and thank you to you, recording the scores of our judges. Shout out to all the volunteers that made the event happen. I want to go over a few housekeeping rules and items before we begin, though. All right, let's get into it. So we are all responsible for the energy of this virtual space. Your comments matter and are a huge part of the experience, so remember to leave with love first. I love that. At the end of each poem, our scorekeeper will collect scores from pre selected judges in our virtual audience. Please pause your comments while we collect scores. And if you ain't one of our pre selected judges, please do not throw up a score. We don't, please, we got a system, right? All right. So, be sure to visit www.wowpsfest.com for other bout links and where and to find WOWPS virtual finals. All right, let's get into how this slam works. Ahem. Poets have a limited amount of time to present their work. The judges will then score the piece anywhere from 0 to 10, evaluating such qualities as performance, content, and originality. The high and low scores of each performance are tossed, and the middle three are added, giving their performer their final score. Points are deducted for violating the time limit, and tonight we will have 3 rounds with 3 different time limits. We will see to the judges to remain unswayed by the audience. Audience, we want you to try and sway them judges, right? Tell them what you need. Tell them what you need from them and score. All right. But judges don't get swayed by them. Don't get swayed by these people. The judges are gonna score each poet by the same set of criteria, ignoring whatever boisterous reaction your judgment elicits. Don't worry about what they got going. Audience, let the judges and the poets know how you feel about the job that they are doing in the chat. But make sure to be respectful in your exuberance. There could be no show without them. So, let us introduce you to the judges. All right, so our judges tonight, or no, I'm sorry, in this afternoon. I'm so not used to having morning slams, but I love the vibes. All right, our judges are Stony Mills, Angela Carroll, Dana Polson, Sharon McGill, and Joseph J. Tucker Jr. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let me go back to everything. All right. So we are like so close to getting into our slam, right? But let me introduce our judges real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. We had to do a bit of finagling, switch some judges out. So we have 2 new judges. That is Judy Holiday and Deidre White. Shout out to y'all for filling in for us. We very much appreciate it. All right, and let's introduce our poets for the afternoon as well. I'm so excited, you guys. But all right, in the order that they will be going up today, we have Steph Love, Lyrical Faith, Gwen C, Righteous Soul, Sits on Your Face, and Nicole Tracy. If you in the chat, feel free to give them whatever hype emojis you want. We want the flames, we want the hearts, we want the flowers, right? Because we want to give all our poets our flowers. All right. Additionally, tonight's poems may deal with some difficult subjects, so if you need to log off or step away from your computer because you might be triggered, please do so. Take care of yourself first. We cannot guarantee anyone's safe space, but we can promise working together to disrupt oppression as it happens. So if you need to take a break, get you a granola bar, get you some water, some tea, do what you gotta do. You feel me? Okay. So, are you ready to start this poetry slam? I'm gonna do like Dora. Are you ready? And I'm gonna act like you responded. No, you're not. You're not really ready. Cause we gotta get into our sacrificial poet. This is the poet that collaborates all the scores. Judges, you are to judge this poet as if they are in the slam, but it is our standard/practice round. Remember what score you give this poet and compare other poems in the round to your calibration. So let's say you like the sacrificial poet. You want to see, is the next poem higher or lower, and go use your scores based on that. All right. So again, to all my poets, please mic check before oh, I'm sorry. We already did that. All right. So please give it up. Show all your love in the comments. We're about to get into our slam, but first we have our calibration poets. Woo woo.
I was raised on seconds and thirds, and cornbread brown as my cousin's cheeks. On fried chicken in a Dutch oven, past meals resurrected in the taste, my grandmama's hands resurrected in the taste, and my father, whose hands have become the utensils he uses to turn grocery store items into meals worth praying over, the whisk of his pinky, the spatula of his palm, the strainer of his interlocking fingers. When you sit back from your empty plate scraped clean, he smiles the biggest. This is how he loves. He loves in food comas and in eyes that are bigger than stomachs, because he has known the groan a belly makes to the sound of a silent dinner bell. He who knows the curve of an empty plate when lunch and dinner looked that way too. He who broke his back so that my belly could never forget the roundness of a full meal, so that my tongue never had the chance to forget what love tastes like. And how can anyone shame that? How can I shame a body that is privileged enough to be this whole? I will not shame a body that is privileged enough to be this whole. Nothing else that is this big and beautiful gets shamed for the space it takes up. No one walks up to trees and says, excuse me, you're much too tall. No one tells the ocean to empty, to dry up. We ain't telling rivers they too wide to be as alive as they are. So what is a body that rolls over itself but a celebration of all the world we can take up with such small hands? The men that catcall me, then fat shame me in the street, they grovel for excess. They want everything to be bigger than themselves, and then they ask me why they always feel so small. And so they call me a glorification of a sickness, because they be goddamned if I be fat and wear my smile like the opposite of a white flag surrender. But I be 300 pounds of pure gold and you be graced by my presence. I will stop telling myself to get smaller. I will stop wishing for a bracelet of a waist. See, my mama ain't 6 foot for no reason. She be woman enough to know how to carry a body that demands to be seen. I demand to be seen, and I will stop apologizing for it. And I will learn how to show this body love.
All right. Show all your love to our calibration poets. I Now it is time. Oh wait, I forgot to wait and ask our judges for our scores. So let us know what you thought of that first poem right there. Do do do. I'm gonna sing for y'all. I can't sing, so that will inspire y'all to give me my scores faster. I'm a scat for y'all. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on the internet, but I'm gonna do my best. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I have not been outside yet. I've been laying in the bed. That's the good thing about having virtual events in Slam. I'm out here with my stuffed animals. You feel me? It's beautiful. Okay, so we have all our scores. We got a 9.4. Okay, we got a 9.2, a 7.8, a 9, and an 8.6. And those are our scores for the calibration poets. Real quick, because I forgot to earlier, there are 3 rounds, and each round has a different time. And this first round is a 4-minute round. The second round is a 1-minute round. And the third round is a 2-minute round, just to make sure everybody cool and everybody know. All right, beautiful. So, I hope my poets are ready. I hope my judges are ready. I hope my audience is ready to clap it up at home because I'm bringing some folks to the virtual stage. All right, on deck, we have Lyrical Faith. That means that you ain't going on stage right now, but you about to be on a stage, right? So you gotta get ready, get in your zone. So on deck is Lyrical Faith, and coming to the virtual stage right now, this is Steph Love.
To the judge who sentenced Brock Turner, question: do you know what it's like when nobody believes you? Screaming wolf to wolves, your voice disappears, your existence is ignored by justice. Another question: do you know how it feels to never leave the crime scene? Your favorite outfit turned witness, your body constantly under investigation, your scars are the chalk outline, and you see yourself laying lifeless while being photographed for evidence. You can't piece together what went wrong. You can't escape yourself. There are no detours to ignore the location of where it all took place. Maybe I'm confused, but you do know that she was unconscious, right? Incoherently unaware that her temple was being vandalized. If it wasn't for 2 bystanders, would he have stopped? Was his nut worth her trauma? The last time I checked, Blue Balls never killed anybody, and if he needed a release, he's got 2 hands to choose from. So let me get this straight. She had debris, pine needles, and dirt all over her, and his attorneys accused her of lying. I guess the bruises and dried blood weren't clue enough for longer conviction, and then you said a prison sentence would have a severe impact on him. Never mind her nightmares, her fear of the dumpster in her apartment complex, her anxiety of college campus party flyers, being painted as drunk and promiscuous. She now lives with this imprint on her frame, and you gave him a second chance to strike again. And then his father said he shouldn't go to jail for 20 minutes of action. Never owning up to the fact that his picture-perfect son is a rapist, a sick fuck with necrophilia intentions. When you heard him say this, did you hear the commas being added to your bank statements? And then I'm sure the world heard white privilege echo from the drop of your gavel as you dismissed his behavior, a 14-year offense. 6 years of that overruled for 6 months, reduced down to 3 months in a county jail. On September 2nd, 2016, Brock Turner would walk away a free man over people like the Central Park Five who were convicted of a crime they never committed. Had his skin not matched the color of your hood, I would never have had to write this poem. I hope you know that this sentencing was a slap in the face to all women who have been accused of giving consent because their skirts stopped above their knees. Nobody heard their pleas, muffled yelling into nothingness, in this case, unconsciousness. What's a girl to do when she is deemed a liar, but her body still has caution tape around it? Question: on a scale of 1 to Stanford swimmer, how unremorseful does one have to be to use alcohol as the blame for their bad decisions? Awareness wants me to say statistics, and I want to remind you that statistics say that 1 in 5 women will be raped at some point in their lives, and letting him off made it easier for history to repeat itself. So I will ask again, do you know what it's like when nobody believes you?
All right, clap it up. Send all your love, send all your flowers to our first poem of the day. Thank you so much, Steph, and thank you so much to all of our poets that get up here on the virtual stage and spit and talk and share their stories with us. Thank you so much. And again, if anybody ever needs to dip out, get themselves together at any point, feel free to do so. While I'm waiting for these scores, I'm gonna introduce you all to my stuffed animals right here. Okay, so this is my Appa. He look a little strange, right? Because I got him off Wish, but we gonna leave him alone. I have my snake. His name is Niggeroni, and he's very long. Oh, I see some judges. I see some scores coming in. Ooh, we might have to wait for the magical reveal of my other two stuffed animals. Uh-oh. Ooh, we got two more. We got two more. Okay, so I'm gonna get into it. This right here is Butterscotch. I've had him since I was in elementary school, and I won him from a bean. Okay, no, I'm seeing scores. I'll tell that story later. Okay, so for our scores for that last poem, we have a 9.3. We got a 8.4. We got a they going fast. We got a 9.5. We got a 8.9 and a 7.8. And those are our scores for Steph Love. Again, send your emojis, send your flames, send your suns and sunflowers and all that. I know y'all got the keyboards to do it. And we're about to get into our next poem of the day. I'm so excited. All right. So, on deck we have Queen C, and coming up next to the stage, put your hands together. I know they better be clapping at home for Lyrical Faith.
So, Jasmine Sullivan released Hotels, and I sing the album to the top of my lungs like every ain't shit nigga I know hears me in unison. Can't help but to connect my love for erotic music to the way Black women have produced some of the best melodic truths despite misogyny blasting louder than them. Like 2017 when SZA dropped Control. Both award-winning R&B projects are in conversation on what it means to be sensual. Both neo-soul, sultry, superpower in the flesh, pro-women need love too, but these niggas ain't trying to let us be great. Both absent of shame. When the album drops, men I know go, so which one was better? Who won the fight for hoe feminism? As if they act the same when Future or Lil Wayne rap about every girl they like to fuck or impregnate, especially since they brag on how all their kids come from different women, but let old Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion rap about celebrating vagina, and it turns into months of social commentary on men's disgust and how vulgar these images are for girls growing up, but I'm confused. Was it the baby just snowboarding through semen down someone's throat in his last video? How woman bodies are only glorified for the entertainment of men, yet being vulnerable about pleasure and desire and heartbreak and longing is scrutinized or out of the question. Instead of querying who conquered the anthem for liberal feminism, you should be asking why masculinity is so fragile to begin with. Why Black women always have to compete just to be told we cannot win, yet somehow
Feeling seen between these lyrics is the achievement. How praising lust goddesses that be Cardi, Meg, Summer, Lizzo prove their voice has power to sing away the black girl blues, can hand us a soundtrack to life on days when our lowest moments feel like every instrument in the studio be an orchestra on how not to love ourselves. Remind me, this body is golden, can be temple both in WAP on the weekend and for a normal girl like me when he put it down. But patriarchy must have y'all fucked up. Just because we make arts about this pussy don't mean it's for everybody. The act of women getting chastised for sex is an age-old myth, so songs like this bring us closer to heaven because Jesus was a feminist. The Gospel of John chapter 8 states, Pharisees brought him a woman accused of adultery to express, law commands she must be stoned to death, and Jesus said, I bet. He who is without sin, cast the first stone. And would you look at that? Silence.
Snaps to that. Snaps to that. Thank you, Lyrical Faith. Hey, that was a poem. For my folks who care about scores, but who care about a score, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. So, the score for our last poem and poet Steph Love was a 26.6, and I'm waiting for the scores for Lyrical Faith. But I know that y'all was on the edge of your seat about the names of the rest of my stuffed animals, so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So, right here we have Beelzebub. He's a koala bear. Bees for short. Oh, I'm seeing scores already. Y'all might have to stay tuned for the last reveal. But we've been together for a while. I got him at Build-A-Bear. And he makes my inner child smile. Okay. I'm gonna wait till they pop up on my little screen to read them out. I'm excited. Oh, and the butterscotch sword, you're right. Okay, but we got an 8.6. Ooh. We got a 9.4. Ooh. We got an 8.2. Ooh. The butterscotch story. And a 9. And a 9.6. And those are our judges for Lyrical Faith. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I'm scatterbrained. I got a Gemini Mercury. I'm gonna tell y'all the story after our next poets. But stay tuned. I know y'all ready for more poetry. Anyway, so on deck we have Righteous Soul, and coming up to our virtual stage right now in the interwebs we have Gwen C.
Scrolled, April 5th bout to be trolled because my words violate caution tape of unpoetic scenes. One shot heard, then nonstop. Scrolling, MSN.com, article addressing Black man dead because of a shower head. Insert edit, Black man dead because of a power head on the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. Scrolling, followed by Masters Live speaking golf tweets after an ace. Where's America's tweets about injustice to the human race? A tweet would be a post. A post is used to erect a fence. Stop hurdling said fence and stand. Scrolling. Fiery bubble fascinates internet. Scrolling. Why you should save your eggshells. Is that so? Unarmed Black folks can have them to walk on in the presence of authority. Scrolling. Teacher pranks a student found asleep. Shouldn't be an issue since the majority of the U.S. is too. Sleepwalking in courtrooms. Daydreaming during jury duty in a grand scheme. Returning no indictments. All while you were conditioned by media's hints. Engage back tactics like fiery bubble in the sea so that you continue to not see. Scrolling, breathtaking sights you can see for free. A Black man has the potential to experience breathtaking in his own backyard, car, at the mart, for being on the radar as a child playing in the park from grade school start. Scrolling 50 best things about being over 50. Here's one. How about living while black while reaching a half century? I'm killed by the streets or police. Foul cops, regardless of their ethnicities, compile the worst gangs in U.S. cities. Colors, nightmares walking, scrolling. How to pay off $5,000 debt. Scrolling, photos that make you laugh out loud. How about photos of love? Bible says we shall. John 13:35. By this, everyone will know you are my disciple if you love one another. Righteous we are, yet we don't fight for our brothers nor our sisters' lives. Scrolling, Harvey Looter gets 20 years. My heart is from Houston. Then how you get 20 as a looter when active shooter police get administrative or paid leave time served? Then greeted with a handshake, gun, and badge, or maybe just resign. Nah, they got coverage for civil suit, like media's coverage in which they design as an expose someone's past. Oops, I mean recreated for prime time, proving a colorful existence as they outline the character of the victim, darkening pigments attempts to villainize before flashing them in front of America's crimson shot eyes, who's readily awaiting the streams of attention they get when they rebuke black lies, chasing the tape, fitted for the twist so they can pop off lips and judge us who thinks our own kind discriminating, or others attempt at artificial insemination, trying to censor what we produce by screaming appropriation. You might catch me outside planting seeds in the soil you love to see slum, washing dirt from within your scar, that heart beat to prevent weeds. But as long as your grass is green, you forget like Emmett did with your grandparents. We all bleed the same, but you won't give a damn till your blood is on pavement and your family is wrongly taken. Your body is alive, yet your soul has not yet awakened.
That was a poem. We back at it with more poems. Hey, while I wait for these judges, I'm gonna tell y'all the butterscotch story. Give me one moment. But first, I'm gonna read the final, not the final score, but the score for that last poet was a 27 even. And now for the big reveal. But all right, so in elementary school, I feel bad because I drew out the story so long it's not even that deep, but we had like a math day of sorts in the auditorium because y'all know how they used to have the cafeteria like attached to the stage and it was just in one room. But anyways, we was in the auditorium and I'm already getting scores. Oh no, let me speed up. We was in the auditorium and I had to count the amount of jelly beans in a jar, and I think I was the closest, so it was lit. That was like the last day I was good at math. And now like the math part of my brain was like, goodbye, you're gonna be a writer now. So that's the life I'm living. But we have some scores, which is why I'm not the one counting up these scores because everything would be wrong. So shout out to our scorekeeper. But anyways, we got an 8.8, we got a 9, we got a 7.6. I'm waiting on more scores for more judges. But like, yeah. I still have difficulty, like when I'm typing out a percentage, I forget what side the percent sign is supposed to be. So like I end up just writing it as a fraction instead. We have an 8.6. We have a 7.9, and I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all the scores for our last poet. So clap it up, send all your love, send all your emojis. While we hold on, let me make sure I know what's happening in life. All right, so on deck we got Sit on Your Face, and coming up to the virtual stage right now, we have Righteous Soul.
They're going to blame my turning gay on my absenteeism, father, but right away I'll hold myself accountable for his absence, which taught me love's presence. Who I was born to and who I was born to love has no correlation. Neither was my choice, but one is a preference. When you're gay, people assume you've lost your way and need helping. I never needed a man or a woman. I just needed a shepherd, and I would die loving a driven woman before I live with a man who gives no effort. And despite what happened happened between dad and mom, I never overlooked the fact that 9 kids later, she never required him to put a ring on her finger. And I'm hoping that doesn't result in a bloodline of women who may not require one either. Because for me, we're all more than deserving of that. Now, that is the stinger, because mom didn't know it. His charm must have had her hooked. Now, that is the sinker. Dad reeled her in along with all those other women, but it wasn't his fault. She didn't properly use her thinker. She was there, and he took advantage of what was in his reach. Can't blame him for that either. She was banking on good cooking, good cleaning, and good sex being all she needed to have in store. But men who can get the whole damn cow for free won't require anything more. So he milked it and took his last breath next to a woman who was milkless. She couldn't hold a candle to my mom, yet she was the light my dad needed to walk into his next life. And he held that candle tight on his way to his grave site, knowing damn well that road wasn't paved right. But that's what happens to good men when they love hard but refuse to fight. They keep good women in the dark because good women keep holding candles that men who aren't ready refuse to light. Death sucks, but it's life, and it's coming for all of us eventually, right? So I just started walking into that light, met the woman of my dreams, and then I met her beautiful wife. Played house for 3 years before I spotted my grave site. Like father, like daughter, different soul, same plight. Loving someone who was always going to choose home was brave, right? I'd do it all over again just to master the slave who keeps getting chained to shaky grounds. And I never broke up a happy home, just moved some things around and left them the way I found. Now I'm hooked on Felicia Rashad's friends screaming, you can have any woman your age. And I'm like, now y'all just preaching to God and the choir, because I want that one there. So let me boss up and get what I desire. I now know what's required, and I'll be Eve if that makes you understand that I'm not trying to compete with Adam. I just think it's a shame when I see a woman with 4 kids and 0 orgasms because guys are too busy trying to give her back spasms. See, dad would be proud that I'm becoming a different kind of fisherman, that I'm actually trying to win someone over, but versus overwin the uninterested. I see you, dad, and I miss you, but I'm no longer one of those women who need tissue, because I did the math, and 9 times out of 10, we always blame the men when dad was never the issue. Ladies, there's an elephant in the room and only one captain of your ship, sis, and it's you.
All right. We got another poem and another poet. Thank you so much for sharing your words with us. We waiting on the scores from our beautiful, beautiful judges. Y'all, I only have one more stuffed animal to share the name. It's really simple. This is my little owl. Yay. His name is Who. I thought that was cute. Yes, that was it. I'm sorry, that's like a little anticlimactic, but that's the life that we're living. Yeah. I'm thinking about, ow, my leg hurts. Oh my gosh. Y'all ever like, what is that called? I think it's a Charlie horse that I have going on right now. But okay, I see scores. We have, I'm sorry, I have to make sure that this is, what time is it? Okay, never mind. It's okay. So we have a 9. We have an 8.9. I should have waited a little bit to give y'all more time. I'm sorry. We have a 9, another 9. We have an 8.8. I'm gonna do a little dance while I wait for the rest of my tattoos. Maybe that's what I'll do for the rest of this slam. I'll just dance for y'all because I have no more stuffed animals to share. Did I say that 8.8? I'm not sure I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8.8. Okay. Is that everybody? Am I missing somebody? I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I told y'all I can't count. 9.8. That's the last score for that poet and that poem. I was like, I really can't even count to 5 now. Is this the life that we're living? Dang. But all right, I did it. Yay. I affirm myself for my brilliant counting skills. But anyways, we're about to get into our last two poets of the first round. What? And then we got two more rounds of straight fire for y'all. So I'm excited. So coming next to the virtual, no, I lied. On deck, we have Nicole Tracy. And coming next to the virtual stage, y'all already know y'all should be clapping at home. Give y'all love to Sitanya Face. I love that.
A letter to my future husband. My body aches for your delivery, postmarked from my dreams as a little kid, hiding every hope for you tightly under my pillow. Friends tell me of their new connection, somehow invincible to the ragged claws of a pandemic. So I feign bad Wi-Fi to force shut down that bungee jump drop in the pit of my stomach and that forced smile and church bell tones of celebration, using more heartstrings and muscles than it takes to frown. Jealousy, cloaked in loneliness, shrouded in impatience, overcast with words of sabotage that precipitate in heavy torrents of empty pages that God adamantly neglected to write just for me. Somehow, the universe whispered into my hopeful romantic ear that we both adore the scent of lavender, so my body is adorned with it in all cracks and crevices of this garden. Sown from teardrops for your peace and refuge in tranquility. I've learned to cook poor man meals fit for two and will cherish exactly how you like your coffee, how hard and deep my hands can mold your shoulders to help unload the burdens that came before us, how strong you would like the air conditioner, conditioning the tangles of our limbs, woven together by the pangs of hunger for each other. Play the instruments of the band that resides in your heart, knowing intuitively the songs of your wildest imagination. You've never fixed your throat and mouth to hum out loud. Harp on the quintessential habits of that young boy that needed that deep hug and that deep cry as much as I did. Kiss away your tears of pain and of joy, soothing your spirits to protect your heart, syncopated to the rhythm of my breaths that waited on street corners, in cafes, in ethers of the internet, at the grocery store, at the bookstore, at weddings on the dance floor, in sunsets that kiss the ocean and toes that burn in the sands of wasted time for you. I write to you with cautionary tales of the young queen, so afraid of loneliness, she blindly cannonballed into pillow forts of strangers, hoping you would catch her. The slightly wiser queen, walking on eggshells like a martyr and slow dancing alone to love songs with someone else, hoping you would cut in. Refusing the ring of a man who mimicked your calming tone of voice, who wanted to change my sensitivity into hard, precisely cut diamond you would have never melded to toss with the rest of your baggage, suffocated into garbage bags, living in the trunk of your car. I know that you crave cuddling and pizza nights and long walks as much as my stomach learns to relax in the seatbelt of your arms and the magic of the palms of your hands. Whether in ashes or in earth, I pray that our lifelines cannot be sifted out or even distinguished from each other. My feet hurt from standing on hope that feels like sedimentary concrete seasoned with seeds and sunlight that will hopefully bloom into the partner my heart needs. My patience is short from raising boyfriends into wolves that feast on doves without a pairing, but those flaky, fleeting feelings are no match for the power of your existence. Two dreamers who can finally hold hands, hear the sparks of our souls play in each other's eyes, breathe deeper, and thank our stars for our adventures in reality.
Welcome back, everybody. I've returned with a co-host. He's gonna give host banter with me. His name is Moonstone. He's my baby. I love him so much. But okay. He's like a little slinky. And he appears to not want to be a part of this anymore. Which is okay. Bye, Moonstone. Everybody say bye, Moonstone. Okay, anyways. Shout out to everybody who's like willing to come up on this virtual stage and say words, because literally, like, I'm feeling so weird because I'm like low-key talking to myself but I know that everybody, y'all are here and like in this moment with me, but I can't hear no responses back, and it's making me, I don't know. I feel like Dora. Y'all know when she's like, did y'all like the day? And she just stares at the screen. Um, but anyways, that's what I feel like right now. Which is okay, you know. I'm fine talking to myself because I'm that girl. But anyways, let's carry on. But yes, Moonstone is a Gemini too. Or not too, because I'm not a Gemini, but I'm a Cancer. If y'all into that, put y'all signs in the chat or whatever, because I would love to know. But all right, I'm seeing some scores fly in, but let me chill out because I be reading them too fast. We got a 9.6. I'm gonna just read them as they come up on here. We have a 9 for that poem. Ooh, ooh. We have an 8 point. I'm wondering if there was. Okay, guessing that's just an 8. Beautiful. We got an Aquarius in the building. I got mixed feelings about y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I rock with y'all. I got some Aquarius placements myself. We waiting on 2 more judges. And if I don't get the scores, I'm gonna start scatting again. And y'all do not want that to happen. But I'll give y'all a countdown to Scat Town. 10. Oh, he's back. Hello. Are you gonna come join me again? We have a 9.5 and a 7.9. Okay. And I believe that's all of our judges. He came to sit with me on the bed, but he don't want to. He might be camera shy. Get back. Get out of my dates, man. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. We have I believe one more poem of the first round. What? And then we're gonna get into the boom 1 minute speed round. So real quick, because I forgot to read the scores earlier, the final scores. For Gwen C, the score for the first round was a 25.3. For Righteous Soul, it was a 26.9. All right, so our last poet of the first round. Clap it up. Send your flowers, send your heart, send your flames for Nicole Tracy.
Origin story of my relationship to my body. Observation 1. I do not look like my mother. We both have dark hair, but it is so different. Hers is always down, straight, flat. Mine, a mess. Evidence of a 6-year-old playground adventure. My hair braided or put in pigtails anytime my grandmother can get her hands on it. I do not mind because I know it makes her happy. Hypothesis. If you let your grandmother do your hair, then you will make her happy. Question. Is this because she misses her own children? Observation 2. I do not remember my father before I was 5. I know we looked similar as children but grew apart. I even mistook photos of us when we were both small children. I grew up and do not recognize either child in these photos. I wonder now if this is history warning me. Hypothesis. If you keep your child at a distance, then you will grow apart. Question. Is there a way to prevent family history from repeating itself? Observation 3. None of my dolls look like me. Barbie, all long legs, dainty and feminine. I loved my skin knees and loose teeth until then. She was meant to be timeless. Smiles, silent, ageless, an aspiration for girls to grow into. Her favorite activity, going shopping. I wonder how Barbie earned her money. Ken was never around, so maybe she was a trophy wife. I never wanted to be just beautiful smiles and silence. Hypothesis. If girls are supposed to love their dolls, then we are not meant to love what makes us different from her. Question. Is Barbie why I hate traditionally feminine things? Observation 4. I spend an absurd amount of time in front of mirrors until it is no longer a body looking back at me. It is feet tired of breaking in shoes, legs forcing a turnout on a bruised knee begging for a break. I forget I'm not just pieces needing to be perfected. Hypothesis. If I forget what makes me myself, then it is easier to change into who I should be. Question. How long will I blame myself for being afraid to change? Observation 5. I keep being told I am sexy for my body. I am made to be the target. I must always be defensive to protect myself. But I think somewhere along the way I forgot, and now I am against myself too. Mirrors from observation 4 show me what makes me a target and what needs perfecting. I do not feel like myself and must make myself disappear. Hypothesis. If I do not feel like myself, then I can pretend this hurts someone else. Question. If I was shown what made me the target, is it still my fault when violence is inflicted? Observation 6. I still remember wherever hand it was every time I said no. I wonder if I will ever forget where the bruises were. Instead, I distract my mind and put permanent ink over faded pain. Sleeping through the night is something I will never not be thankful for anymore. I have to tell every partner why I burst into tears for things they do not know. Hypothesis. If healing is a process, then sometimes I will write in past, present, and future tenses, and all of these are true. Answer. Yes. Some days are easy and some days are hard, but it does not mean I have survived any less.
That was a poem. Thank you very much. Y'all, my co-host is back. Do you have anything to say to the people on the internet? No? Okay. He's just chilling out. That's cool. Moon, what score would you give if you were a judge? No? Okay, nothing? Okay. Anyways. All right. Well, that was the last poet and poem of the first round. How exciting. We are gonna take a little bitty break while we collaborate the first round scores. So if y'all want to hang out with me and Moon, or if y'all want to go get you some water, go get you oh no, we did not yet. I was just letting people know what the dealio was. All right, for the last poem we had a 9, an 8.2. Moon, you want to read the next score? No? Okay, anyways, an 8.8. Oh, you look so cute with the little camera, my baby. I'm sorry. An 8.8. Waiting on some more scores. An 8.9. Ooh. And a 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all 5 of our scores. Now let me tell you what. Okay. Oh, you trying to dip? Okay. Dang, that's crazy. You gonna leave me all of my low stuff. Moonstone, I can't believe you would do this to me. Anyways, 4 Sits on Your Face. That score was a 26.5. All right. I'm still waiting on the very last scores for the first round. And again, that's it for the 4-minute poems. We are about to get into the 1-minute poems. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyways, I'm hoping I wanted to have like more stuffed animals for y'all, but all I have are these dates. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So we're gonna have a sacrificial poets. Everybody say sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice at home. I'm hoping that y'all saying it with me and I don't sound crazy. But real quick for the first minute round. So everybody clap it up and show our sacrificial poet some love. Judges, please get ready. Yeah.
Accused over 200 women of being The Salem witch trials accused over 200 women of being of the devil, and they have never stopped pursuing us. Our lives a constant witch hunt. I mean, look what happened to Sandra. Abracadabra, and there she was, left levitating in a cell. Black girls been magic. How else do you explain 200 Nigerian girls turned disappearing act magic? The way our outfits will make a man into a monster magic. Just watch as she will appear whole after domestic violence saws her in half magic. The way we exist in this world full of glass ceilings and trap doors, we black girls been magic, with skin like a cauldron. But I won't be the next witch hunted, won't wait for them to kill me, won't hope they say my name, they won't silence me or take advantage of my body, cause I've been waiting for my persecution day, and I wish a nigga would try to burn me at the stake.
Oh, I just realized I was muted. Okay. That was our sacrificial poem for the second round. Judges, what do we think of that? Ooh, let us know. Real quick. That's a good question. That I would like to know the answer to. But right now, what y'all eat for breakfast? I had some cereal and I have some dates. I know this technically is not it's definitely 1:00 where I'm at, but time is an illusion, so let me eat my breakfast right now. All right, I'm already seeing some scores though. How beautiful. We have a 9. We have a 10. Okay. We have a date. Oh, now you want to come back and be all in my screen. Crazy. I understood the I like it. Picasso. Yes. I feel you. We here with it. We have a 9.3. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full, but technically I'm alone. Ooh. Grapes are like a top tier, like, yes, I love grapes. Love grapes so much. Ooh, we got another Big 10. Okay. If my folks who do not like to hear people chew are in the building, I'm so sorry. I will stop and I will mute myself. How many more? 1, 2, 3, 4. We waiting on one more judge. I have like beef with hummus, right? Because one time me and my sister were in we were like in this PAL camp. Y'all know the little centers that they got by the school, and they had somebody in here who was supposed to like teach us how to make hummus. But for some reason, I don't know what was up with that hummus, but it was okay. Ooh, cliffhanger. I know y'all end on the edge of your seat about that hummus story, but we have our last score, which is a 9. I believe that's the last score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right. So those are all our scores for our sacrificial poet. Real quick, I'm gonna let you know the last score for the last poet was a 26.7 for Nicole. All right. So are y'all ready for our second round officially? I know I am. All right. So, on deck for our second round, we have Gwen C. But coming to the virtual stage right now, flowing through the interwebs, we have Righteous Soul.
I'm a small thing to a giant, so they don't think I'm that strong. God gave every woman Adam's rib, but gave me his backbone. And he hasn't created a mountain yet that together we can't climb. If 8 pounds is more than I can bear, I still try to bench press 9. People put the weight of the world on their spines. I put God on mine. He put hands on man. Man put hands on time, which sets limits. I lack perfect vision, but I'm not that blind. I can see some people don't want to hear poems with God in it, but he shows up when he wants to, and he shows out because he's going to. He's just waiting on us to realize that the whole point of going through anything is to keep going through. So I don't stop for regrets. Many people know what I've gone through, but I know what I've lost in the process. Aside from dozens of trips to the graveyard, my slingshot is loaded with everything but fear, because God has molded in me a brave heart. You don't have to like my life or even love it, but you're Goliath and I'm David. You think I'm leaving God out of it?
Snaps to that poem. Snaps to that poem. It's people arguing like right outside my crib. So if y'all hear some expletives, please don't get mad at me. Niggas be dirt biking and all that. But anyways, back to my hummus story because I know y'all was really waiting for it. But I don't know if y'all hear that. But anyways, the hummus was not good at all, and like it was like we had like all the ladies like making the hummus, and then we pulled like the boys out from whatever they was doing, and we was trying to finesse them. We was like, try this hummus, it's delicious, it's delightful. And it was really hilarious because we got to like watch them be so excited to try the hummus, and it would just have all their hopes and dreams just fall down. It was beautiful. But that's my hummus story. Yay. I'm already seeing scores. So first we have an 8.9. We have another 8.9. Ooh. Sometimes, y'all know how Baltimore is. Sometimes people just like in the dead of night just scream. I'm just like, wow. Oh, there I have more scores. Yay, yummy. We have an 8.6. I'm gonna see if I can pick it up. We have a 8.8. Snatch that right out the air. And we have a 9.3. Do 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 do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all of our scores for the first poet of the second round. Now you about to get into our second vote of the second round. Oh. Okay, so on deck we have Sit on Your Face, and coming to the stage right now we have Queen C.
I cried in shower, wrapped in red towel, hoped the weight of its wetness would make my tear-drenched body lighter. Water tap danced my feet a run, yet no one came. Pink razor rested in palm, varicose legs smooth, something life never was. I've been worried since I was 3. Cold, warm, Luke familiar. Unsteamed mirror felt glare, but no reflection. I was invisible, soul lost, fleshy ruin. Shit, there comes a time, what we doing? You need not worry, girl, about what his lips might taste, about memories or salvage. There comes a time, make ash, burn bridges, girl. Let his ego live boundless life. Free your freedoms. It comes a time you'd rather be woman than sip wife. Pour out all the liquor, girl. Sunset Beach always tied you in. Leave Snake yonder by Lake Cumberland. It comes a time you'd rather see non-sunrisers say to new dawn, come again. Lonely days eve into peaceful nights comes a time, woman.
Hey, that was another 1-minute poem. Thank you. I have made a mistake. Please forgive me. I'm a human. I said Queen C instead of Gwen. You are a queen, obviously, but that's just your name. So I wanted to make that clear. So that was Gwen C up on the virtual mic in the interwebs, and now we're waiting on some scores. But real quick, let me see if I can tell y'all what the last poet got. Oh, I can. So our score for Righteous Soul was a 26.6. And we waiting on the judges. But right now, let me look at what y'all was saying about breakfast. Ooh, croissants. Ooh, heavy cream and cheese. I need to come eat breakfast with you. I like that. Turkey sausage. Okay. All right, we have an 8.9. We got an 8.7. We got an 8.1. Waiting for the rest of my scores. I'm so happy that I can waggle my eyebrows again. I just shaved them and they're starting to grow back a little bit. I might do it again though. We'll see. Cause I was looking like an alien, sometimes in a cool way, sometimes in a way where I was like, ah. But all right, we have an 8.5. I'm literally just rambling you guys, so y'all are going to be invited into my brain while I wait for these scores. So my bad. But do y'all consider cereal a soup or soup a cereal? No, just the first question. The second one didn't make sense. We have a 7.8. Was that the last score? Are there more scores? I don't want to mess nothing up. Oh, we got a Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so those were all the scores for our last poet. Let me see who's on deck real quick so y'all can get prepped. So on deck we got Nicole Tracy, and coming to the stage right now, flowing through the interwebs, through your whatever chords you got on your device. So we got Sitanya Face.
We create the most beautiful crime scenes together and can't even wait for sentencing. No waiting for parole, but we're no criminals. We are advocates for social justice in the streets and in the sheets. Smash me like you want to smash the systems that uphold oppression. Revolution kind of jizz that when it gets in my eyes, I can still see a brighter future. Just wanting to show the world that after the destruction and setting his harbor, his safe haven, his secret thinking space, his home away from home, aflame. We stay for the rebuild. Now, he doesn't know it, but he has the blueprints to rebuild and break down every one of my structures. His inches, my body welcomes in as he planks me to the ground. We bang on each other like hard hats on heads. He drills my grounds, unearthing my G-spot. Clearly, we love knocking on wood. I don't care how long it takes for my building to be built, as long as he is always hands on. He cements his yearnings into me, builds me up as if my confidence was broken, takes the safety hazards out of my insecurities, power saws my troubles away. Damn, does he even know what we build up to? The skyscraper he is making out of me.
Send y'all love to that poet and all the poets coming up on the stage. This stuff is hard, y'all. It's hard to do. Y'all like all I did was ask a question. Jeez, I didn't know that y'all was gonna be so so I don't know, like absolutely not. I'm like, whoa, okay, my bad. You know, I'm just feeling like it's a liquid with solids inside, you know, so I feel like maybe I don't know. Is that a legal thing? Like, are there court proceedings that decide that? Is that a thing? I want to go to one. Well, I'm seeing scores. Y'all are funny. All right, we have a 9.2. We have an 8.4. Waiting for some more scores. Coffee is broth. I feel like maybe because y'all know how y'all got them. All right, we have an 8.4. We have an 8.2. That's a good question. He's like playing with a bag right now. I don't know if y'all can hear him. And we have an 8.5, and I think that's and a 9.9. I was about to say that's the rest of our scores, but my counting's getting better, you guys. Practice makes perfect, or practice makes better. I don't feel like perfect exists, but anyways, let's continue on with the poetry because that's why we here. Ooh, I'm excited for some more poems. We like almost halfway through our second round. So, we just had Sit on Your Face on the stage. On deck, we have Steph Love, and coming to the screen right now, who y'all about to see is Nicole Tracy.
When I'm told deserts are the most harsh environment, I can't help but remember what it is to replace hunger with thirst, to thrive on near empty, just enough to suffice, and somehow still manage to grow. Everyone is so quick to judge the desert without marveling at the cactus that grows in it, adapted to still grow with nothing but harsh sun and sporadic rain. To hold every bit of nutrient is to have forgotten starving isn't normal, but is there harm if you can still live? If you cut us both open, we'd both be filled with water, yet I would be called empty. How can I feel so full and still be thought of as empty? I forget I should not be my own desert. I shouldn't give rain to replace hunger.
Ooh, thank you to that last poet up on the stage. Please send your flowers and your flames and all that jazz. Send them all that love. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so happy right now. I'm like, I was so nervous to host, but now I'm enjoying myself because now I'm just being silly. But don't. I was number one. I was just joshing, and it ain't sound too aggressive. And number two, you don't ever gotta apologize for any way that somebody perceives you, man. Nah, you live your life. But anyways, oh, I'm seeing scores already. Y'all getting quick with it, judges. I like that. 8.6. We got another 8.6. We got a 9.1. Ooh. Dang, I was hoping I could build a rhythm, but I didn't get another one. We have a 9.5. We still waiting on one more score and a 9. Oh, wait, did I already read that one? Yes, I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, but I feel like, anyways, back to the coffee is broth situation. So, y'all know how y'all got them little, how do you pronounce it? Bouillon cubes? Somebody let me know. But like, I feel like if you had coffee in that, it's kind of the same. It's the same. The same vibe, maybe. I don't know. But anyway. Oh, our last score, we have a 9. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Because I'm like, sometimes I look at words and I'm just like, what is that? Like, who made that choice to call that, and why? But anyways, let's get into our next poet and poem. I know y'all ready to hear some more words. Okay, so on deck, and that's the last person of our round 2. Wow. We have Lyrical Faith, and coming to the stage right now, we got Steph Love.
When bad news strikes, anxiety for me instantly becomes a horror movie. It's the opening scene of Friday the 13th, and instead of Jason Voorhees, my anxiety is the starring role. Lurking like a masked murderer who won't move on, machete in hand, slashes my thoughts until my fears are bleeding, the whispers internally screaming, and it sends me into overthinking. Now I'm drowning in Camp Crystal Lake and nobody's paying attention. I stumble over my panic. I'm trying to escape this marathon in my mind, but I trip and fall often, left to be ripped to shreds by the what ifs over and over again. I wish this spirit would leave me. I wish it was just that easy. I'm convinced that this brain is cursed, and the only real way to be cured is if I take out the source, and maybe one day I'll be free from the chase, and maybe one day this daily horror scene will reach its end to finally roll the credits.
Beautiful. Snaps to that. Saying all your love to Steph Love. I'm trying to get Moon to come back at the screen with me. He's like, please, my darling. Okay. He's just okay. Anyways, ooh, we got one more poet in our second round. But back to this coffee conversation. Thank you. Okay, so bouillon. That's still like, man, English is just why like so many. Oh my gosh. Man. Anyways, I like broth starters. I think that's helpful. I might just do that too. We can make a thing. because I'm not gonna be out here saying things like that. And the way it's spelled is just like, why would you do that? But anyways, French. Okay, I was about to say something, but let me leave them alone. But anyways, we have a 7.9. We got a 7.8. I'm waiting for the rest of my judges. I've been real nice to y'all. I haven't even scattered yet, but y'all be fast with it. We got an 8.2 and a 9. Ooh, very nice, very nice, very nice. Let me tell y'all about this man Moonstone though, because he's like so disrespectful for somebody who doesn't pay any rent or pays for his own food. But okay, I'll tell y'all that story later because we got the last score. But which is a 9.5. And that is all the scores for Steph Love. But real quick, I'm gonna tell y'all, I keep forgetting to tell y'all like the added up scores. So my fault. So let me just do that real quick. So for Righteous Soul, the score was 26.6. For Gwen C at 25.3. Sitanya Faith at 26.1. Nicole Tracy at 26.7. And again, it ain't about them scores, man. Bump them scores. What's a number? We don't use those in life. Anyways, it's about the poem. It's about the people. And the yes. But all right, let's carry it on. We have one more poem for the second round. And then it's time for a 2-minute round. Okay. So, our last poet of this round, clap it up. Send all your love, send all your beautiful energetic vibrations to the screen. For Lyrical Faith.
My response to the men who take me out, tell me I'm pretty, then ask if I am just black. Well, I'm black mixed with black, so I guess that make me black. Like Afro-American, like my ancestry be slave black. Like they slaved all day and picked cotton so you could wear that tacky ass shirt on your back black. Like transatlantic trade black. Like we always late black. Like we only late because if we die today, this gonna be our ghost outfit for the rest of our days. Like auction block black. Like picnic black. Like you won't make it to the march if you caught up at the sit-in black. Like 3,446 lynched and you ain't never known a black mother who ain't pray for her kids. We open casket black. We close case. We scared at night because they trafficking in my neighborhood, and if you look like me, you ain't safe. And as I sit here and ponder the answer to your stupid ass question with my resting bitch face, well, we still waiting on reparations. So I hope you're paying for this date.
Snaps to that poet and that poem. Ooh, that was the last poem of the 1 minute round. That went by like foo 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 foo. That's my speed sound. I don't know if that translated. But anyways, let me tell y'all the rest of the story. It's a very short way, but I just found it so disrespectful how this cat really like. So I used to have some cucumbers growing in a big pot by my window. And one day I came home, and coincidentally this window is like by my little painting area. I'm a painter too. And I came home one day and I'm seeing dirt all over the floor. And I'm like, wait, nah. He ain't do this to me. Not the one who takes care of him. Ooh, okay, so we're going to continue the story later because I'm seeing scores. So we got a 9.7. Ooh. We got a 9.2. Ooh. We got a 9. We got a big 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still waiting on one judge. And an 8.9. And that is all the scores for our last poet of the second round. Now, real quick, Steph Love, the final score was a 25.1 for that last poem. All right. So, a little breaky break before round 3. And as we have this breaky break, feel free to send all this love and all your energy towards all the poets that ever pulled up on the stage. It's difficult to get up here, y'all. For real. And it's like a different type of difficulty to do it virtually. So much kudos and props to y'all. I'm on my laptop, so I don't have no emoji access, but I will send you a sun emoji, that new flame and heart emoji, and the like big like ooh eyes emoji to all of my poets. I love y'all. That's my favorite emoji. Man, nah, if y'all disagree with a judge, y'all better heckle them judges. I'm sorry, judges, I love y'all, but heckling is allowed. Yes. You feel strongly about a poem, go ahead and let them know. Purr. And that's on Periana, periodically, fourth period. I'm so annoyed with myself. This happens all the time, but I let my tea get cold. And it's like halfway full because I was distracted talking to y'all. Ooh, okay. So we have the score for Lyrical Faith, and that's a 27.4. Let me see if... Oh, okay. So we are ready to get started with our third and final round. And y'all, this is a 2-minute round, which means we get a little bit more. Oh, we get some more words. I'm so excited to get some. Okay, so we're about to pull up our final sacrificial poet. So clap it up, send your love, send your energy for our calibration poets.
My Lyft driver is white and male and in his 20s, so he is talking to me about graduating college and the well-paying job he got right after he did so, how it was so good, but how he had to quit because it was all work and he never had enough time to play. After he finishes telling me about how good at beer pong he still is 2 years graduated, I ask about the city as it slowly opens up, blooming like scrap metal flowers in front of us. And he says, come here 5 years ago and there was nothing worth your time, but now the area is much nicer, more livable. And a black child falls out of his mouth, lands in the Starbucks cup to the right of him and drowns. He, the driver, remains unfazed. He says, I like it here. And I imagine I could like it here too if I believed in his code. If I called it nicer and more livable instead of calling it gentrified. And I imagine it must be nice to have the public transport end where the black neighborhood begins. It must be nice to move into a downtown and see people that looked like you without wondering what the neighborhood looked like before you arrived. Smoke billows out of these streets like signals. Detroit is always on fire, its belly red and raw. And ain't that like the blackest shit ever? And ain't I been here before? Not this city, but this feeling, this same conversation with this same white man who has still failed to notice the jagged shift in my body language. Later on the train, a black man's black hoodie reads Detroit versus the world. And I think Flint versus the world, Ferguson versus the world, Stefan versus the world, and ain't that like the blackest shit ever? To be against the world.
Snaps to that poet and snaps to that poem. Ooh, please forgive me if my vibe is slowing down. Like my throat is like being mean to me right now, which is why I have water. If you ain't drink no water today, please get you some water. Hydrate your body. Your body will thank you. Yes. This is hydration station over here. All right. Mm. So, starting off, I'm already seeing some scores, which is beautiful. We got a 9.5. We got another 9.5. And while I'm waiting for the rest of the scores, oh, y'all don't want to hear me sing. Okay, that's crazy. 9.6. Waiting for the rest of the scores. Ooh, oh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. Ooh. I don't even know what should I sing to y'all. Nah, I'm sorry, I have nothing. 9.5. I want to see my cat again too, but this man is in the bathtub causing a ruckus. So when he appears, I will bring him back. But I'm not sure if I read all of them, so I'm just gonna read all of them again. So we have a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9.6, a 9.5, and a 9.7. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all my judges for all them scores. All right, so I'm gonna read. Hold on, let me go back and make sure I ain't do nothing bad. All right, so the last score. Oh wait, am I tripping? Hold on, I'm sorry. I got confused in the brain real quick. Those were for the sack. That's why I'm confused. I was like, huh? But okay, so it is time for our third round. On deck, we have Righteous Soul, and coming to the stage right now, send your love to Steph Love.
I'm convinced that a woman created the universe. This Big Bang Theory not up for debate, yet she constantly shrinks herself into atoms to construct the molecules around her, cleans up all the comets and cosmos while the stars that surround her create constellations and become memorable. And it got me thinking, ain't it like a woman to set herself aside so that others can succeed? Never steps on any toes, but she is a stepping stone on all organizational ladders, often overlooked, but never looks at anyone as competition. She's in a league of her own, batting 1,000, knocking everything out of the park, but is reminded of her second place stance every day. They fear she'll know her worth one day and turn those pennies she's been paid into millions, because ain't it like a woman to turn nothing into something? Makes a path when there isn't one paved, going against the grain and all odds stacked against her. She is strong, but she is tired of taking shit from people who wipe back to front. She is foundation, holding up everything around her. You ever wonder how the strength of a woman is so powerful? She can give life and take it the fuck away, and doesn't have to prove anything to anyone, only to herself. She does everything, and in the eyes of most, she will be doing the most, and it won't be considered enough, because ain't it like a woman to be told she's not doing enough? Has several titles that stand behind her name like a backbone, like she didn't craft her legacy with her bare hands while barely hanging on by a thread. And this serves as a reminder that you can be the best in the world at what you do and still be asked, what do you bring to the table? Because ain't it like a woman to be questioned on your qualifications? Like this poem didn't just state that a woman created the universe, a Big Bang Theory not up for debate by those who think otherwise.
Ooh, snaps and claps to our first poem of the third round. I brought him back, but he does not want to be here. Say hi to them. Why you being mean? Okay, anyways, I'll just let you slide. 'Cause I don't like, if I was a child and anyways, never mind. That reminds me of, y'all ever like was at a cookout or any like family event and your like mom like or your grown up or whatever pulls you over and is like, hey, do that dance for your uncle. And you just are like, okay. And you don't want to do the dance, but you do the dance anyway. That's how I feel when I make him go up there. But anyways, we have an 8.9. We got another 8.9. We got a 9.5. Ooh. we got a 8.6 and a 9.4. All right, so I'm gonna kind of zoom through because we don't have too much time left. So I'm gonna introduce our next poets. Bam, bam, bam. So on deck we have "Sit on Your Face." Never get tired of saying that. And coming to the stage right now we have "Righteous Soul."
If a king falls on a balcony and no one is around to hear him, does his queen make a sound? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Some stopped at nothing to put him under the ground because he had earned the people's respect. To kill the body, you only have to cut off the head. So they shot our movement in the neck. Never knew how someone who fought for such equality, how they can make out to be wrong. And I find it ironic that those cowards used the balcony to dethrone, like they were counting on his last breath to take place with a fall on his face. And though the concrete cut his fall, he never fell from grace. King, you are remembered. Though for many that April felt colder than December, our apologies, Mrs. Coretta. It only took a moment for them to take away your forever, leaving you forever unmuted. Our movement's co-champion, you both reign undisputed, though they watered down your role in history a bit. Not realizing that had you flinched an inch, King would have followed suit to whatever suited his queen, and his role in the movement would have never commenced. That's what happens when a real queen is the backbone and not just the runner of the household. I'm convinced that's why he put his claim on it. You call shots. Just so happens the only shot you couldn't call had a bullet with his name on it. No fret, because removing a king didn't make his place in history less royal. I'm proud of why he came to Memphis, but I ain't happy that he died on our soil. The whole city rejoiced when he arrived, but now we can hardly brag, knowing we had to send him back to his queen in a body bag. It's always a beautiful sound to hear a man speak with a heart full of love. Now imagine that same man struggling to use his words with a mouth full of blood. You ever had to look a dying man in the eye? Well, let me tell you, not knowing what hit you ain't a way for any man to die. That mountaintop speech was the first of its kind and something new to me, because till then, I had never heard a man preach his own eulogy.
All right, snaps and claps to that poet and that poem. Hey. Ooh, I'm waiting on my judges to tell me what they think. Let me know. Let me know. But until y'all do, I think I'm about to beatbox now because, the singing is just not it. And I used to want to be a professional beatboxer when I was a kid. I also wanted to be a DJ and an astronaut. I still want to be an astronaut, but like physics and stuff, I don't know about that. But sometimes I'd be like, I learned that like it was a whole thing. Okay, let me read this course. But we have a 9.3. We got a 8.7. We got a 10 with the emojis. Love the emojis. And if I ain't got no more scores, I'm gonna keep talking. But did y'all know that like it was a whole thing to discourage like women and like women of color from taking part in STEM stuff like in their younger years? And I feel like that's true because there was not one science or math teacher that I felt any sort of connection to or liked at all when I was younger. But anyways, we have an 8.9 and we have a 9. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is all the scores for that poet and that poem. But real quick, I'm going to tell y'all what the last poet got, which was a 27.2. Hey, all right, we're going to keep it pushing. So on deck, we got Lyrical Faith and swimming through the virtual lands like that one special of Fairly Odd Parents, if you know what I'm talking about. Coming to the stage right now, we have Righteous. Oh no, I'm sorry, my fault. We have Sit on Your Face.
Transition, transit. Trans in terms of change, but on the inside, you already knew the destination and you had already arrived knowing that you were created and immediately mislabeled. Pinpricks are misused pronouns and darts are those closest refusing to learn them. Decoration is mistaken for identity. Assumptions move in and gentrify neighborhoods of the mind. The mantra, hate what you cannot understand. Your truth has been placed under a microscope time and time again for further study and uncalled for diagnosis. Transition, a metamorphosis uniting all of us as we crawl and walk and frolic and sometimes run blindfolded through chapters of a lifetime. Your love runs deeper for your body and can extend to embrace your soul that whispers to you, you've been feeling like your exterior has been a miscommunication your entire life. You may have felt like it was stifling who you are, but your childhood body was a martyr for your truth, a chrysalis to preserve growth and shed at your ready your soul and inner workings, feeling motion sickness, riding the rhythm of a polygraph test. You are not trying to be anything, you just are. You are the pinnacle of making others feel at home because you've confided that there were times you wanted to evict yourself, but found that you were in fact a monument and are here to stay. You are woman. Your existence is a history lesson, though you hold no responsibility to educate nor battle those incapable of changing with the world. You master the art and skill of blooming. You never ignored the voice inside of you that told you you can begin your life at any time. This type of transit has no delays. It is always on time, and you arrive when you arrive. You've changed us and our perceptions and asserting that your existence, no, your flourishing is your business, no one else's. You are the embodiment of self-love. I say your name. I give you your flowers. Preferred pronoun attached.
All right, snaps and claps. Ooh, we are like coming in almost to the end of our slam and almost to the end of my time with y'all. I was enjoying acting a fool on here. But my judges. Well, I forgot what I was talking about because when I hear these poems, I just get in the zone. So my fault if I was on a roll, but I feel like I was not because sometimes I just be talking. But I wanted to bring Moonstone back, but he's very camera shy. I'm like, oh. But anyways, we have scores, so I will read them for you. We have a 9.6. We have a 8.6. We got a 10 with some roses. How delightful. Something about that. Actually, no, but my people know. I was gonna say who needed to hear it heard it. But anyways, we have a 9, and I'm waiting on one more judge. Ooh. Nah, I'm tripping. Why is my computer being weird right now? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. We have a 9.5, and that is our last score. Real quick, I'm going to read you the score from before. Bars. All right. So we have, for Righteous Soul, we had a 27.2. All right. Now, my fault. I'm in Baltimore. Niggas gonna be on dirt bikes. You know the vibe. But on deck we got Nicole Tracy, and coming to the stage right now we got Lyrical Faith.
Nobody cares if you're having a bad day. Like, there are no adult playpens with serotonin boosters to take your break in. No off button to press when you're at your desk getting hit with assignments and begin spiraling. Your boss is not doing mental health check-ins when you clock in. The reality is depression. be the leading cause of disability worldwide. It seeps through minds like wet bodies lost at sea on days where high functioning anxiety makes coming up for air look easy. And here you'll find me getting washed up on the tide, getting drifted by after the show, making flood of my schedule with nothing to pour into. High functioning anxiety is looking like I have a floaty in the big pool while everyone swims by, not realizing I am about to drown. I am 28 years old and still have not mastered the art of saying no. And after 5 therapists, a host of confusion, and a deep end of losses, I was categorized as having minor adjustment disorder with no meds or paperwork to prove it. So now I'm just a walking, talking misdiagnosis who doesn't understand why my hardest weeks feel like the grains of sand squeezing down through a broken hourglass whenever I look at the time, or while keeping my head above water on most days feel like every molecule of air in my lungs will suffocate. I am still learning how to ask for help, how to take my time, how to breathe, how to love myself while splashing to stay alive. And if anybody at all cares to ask, I will still struggle to convince myself that bad days are birthed out of buoyancy. And just maybe I am too.
Snaps and claps for Lyrical Faith. Y'all, if you mess with a poem or a poet, make sure to send all your love and all your emojis. I don't know if y'all can hear Moonstone causing mad ruckus. I'll be ordering my groceries sometimes because I don't feel like going outside, and he's just loving it. Are you done over there? You done? Okay, anyways, we have a 9.5. Ooh, for Lyrical Faith. I'm sorry, I have Just Dance songs in my head, and because of that, all of you will suffer. Well, not suffer, because you get to hear my beautiful voice. But anyways, we have a 9.6 as well. I'm still waiting on 3 more judges. A 9.8. I should probably wait until I have all the scores before I start speaking, but let me leave them alone. Ooh, we got some judge heckling in the chat. I kind of love to see it, but I'm gonna act like I'm on the judge's side. But judges, y'all rep y'all set anyways. That's why y'all the judges. Okay, we got a big effing 10 with the eye emoji. We have a 9. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all of our scores for that poem. Let me make sure I'm not wrong. Okay, never mind. That's cool. Okay, so we literally have 2 more poets on this round, you guys, which is making me sad. We're soon to say goodbye. So on deck, we have Gwen C. And coming to the stage right now, we have Nicole Tracy.
The rape apologist says to the survivor, he's not blaming me, just the red solo cup for being so irresistible, the game for being so much fun, my hand for being the perfect fit for the cup, my mouth for wanting to drink, my blood for having such a high alcohol content, my voice for saying how much I love the taste of my own drink, my words, even though they didn't tell you the best way to try my drink was to kiss me, but you for kissing me anyways. He's not blaming me, but asked what I was wearing in the same breath. He's not blaming me, just the clothes I was wearing, how I wear them, because my confidence was just so attractive. He's not blaming me, He's just blaming me for loving myself and dressing how I want. He's not saying it was my fault, but tells me I was foolish for thinking my own bedroom would be safe. Blames me for feeling comfortable. Blames me for mistaking comfort and safety. He says it's not my fault, but says there is nothing sexier than a girl who is comfortable, as if comfortable means I've let my guard down. The rape apologist asks me his name, as if the name of my rapist absolves him of all guilt. Asks me, I'm sure, as if I don't know my own body. I tell him my body knows what it feels like not belong to itself. My body knows better than him. My body knows better than him, despite his attempt to make me believe something else. The rape apologist blames everything and everyone except the rapist, but says he doesn't blame me. Says, not all men. But asks why more rapists aren't convicted, but doesn't ask why his behavior enables them to walk free. Doesn't ask how he could represent something of a larger problem. The rape apologist is right, though. Not all men are nice guys. Not all men will walk me home without ulterior motives. Not all rapists will be convicted. Not all rapists will even see the inside of a courtroom. The rape apologist says he doesn't blame me, just everything about me. Says it's not my fault, but he wants to say it is.
Snaps and claps to that poem and that poet. Y'all, we have one more poem. I've been enjoying this time with you guys. You know, we got to know each other so well. We still haven't come to a conclusion on the cereal soup coffee broth situation, but I feel like I'm correct in my heart. But anyways, judges, let me hit them school awards. And this man's is still playing with bags in the corner. I love how like cats and kids can just be so like happy and entertained by anything. It's delightful. I want to bring more of that into my life. But okay, anyways, we have a 9.2. We got a 9.3. Ooh, we got a 9.4. Oh, we going up the ladder. Okay. Just for that, you make me want to sing even more. And for Magic Writer, we have a 9.1. Thank you. Anyways. I'm sorry. Anyways. Okay, we're waiting on one more judge. And a 9.3. Okay, somebody else don't want to hear me sing, apparently. But all right. I'm about to call up the last poet of the last round of this bout, you guys. So I need y'all to send all y'all love, for real, to our last poet as they come up, who is Gwen C.
Poeming my freedom. Dad, please say you're sorry for the women you attempted to drown, beat with pool sticks made into hors d'oeuvres with toothpicks and foreheads, and for the worst, holding me. For the times the SWAT team arrived, you know, those first 16 years of my life, Sam. Say you spoke truth when your love took me at 16, but you loved her too. I was cookie that let you cut, yet you crumbled it. Leon, say you didn't realize it was wrong to push yourself inside me, even if for less than 16 seconds we were supposed to be friends. Kentucky, say you're sorry that when I came from Texas, 50% of your population stereotyped me and 50% accused me of cultural appropriation, but 100% combined spent 16 years wearing me to a worn puzzle piece, no image, therefore no fit. Officer, tell me why I'm privileged to be pulled over in Smoketown for being white, accused of drugs. I want to be pissed but can't, because if I were a black woman, I could have been accused of less, tried, convicted, sins, and executed within 16 seconds, D. I don't know how it's been in your cell for 21 years, but say you've been thankful you didn't pull the trigger and shoot into my brain one of your 16 rounds, sparing me, I suppose. And you have remorse for the one time you didn't spare a soul, because you needed some funds to feed your son. You turned to the hood. All it had was strategically placed weapons. You chose a gun. Sis, There's no valid explanation. Just say you wanted my dream. So in my queen bed, you attempted to comfort my king. I promise, whether it's at 0 or 16, there was and still is no room for you. Fake supporters, no doubt, don't speak because it'll be like 16 ounces yet no pound because your words don't carry any weight. Self, since you're living with all 16 types of Myers-Briggs, pick one and get to know it. Spit with courage your 16 bars. The scale says 166, but really it's 150. That's 16 pounds of baggage weight. I am twisters ready to be untwisted, death in bloom, ambitious aims ready to shoot. In my chaos you will not loot. Just like righteous my demons roar, till in your ears my freedom's ring, my heart pounds.
All right. Thank you, Gwen C, for being our last poet of the day. In this bout, at least, because I know it's more poems happening everywhere today and this weekend. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, my judges, it's your last chance to judge today. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. But I'm very happy. Let me share. I was about to tell y'all something, but I definitely forgot what it was. Oh, real quick, because I'm a shameless plug, and we're kind of almost done. If y'all want to holla at me about anything, I don't know. Y'all think I'm cool. I think I'm cool. But y'all can follow me at Afrodelic on IG, you feel me? But I got a little spiel to say before we dip on out of here. But first, I'm like getting ahead of myself all the way. Let me tell you guys like the last couple of scores, because I feel like I might have forgot to say it earlier. But okay. For Satanya Face for this round, we got a 28.1. For Lyrical Faith, a 28.3. For Nicole Tracy, a 27.8. I'm still waiting on the scores for Gwen C. All right, we have a 9. We have a 7.2. We have a 9.2. Waiting on the rest of the scores. And again, it's not about the points, it's about the poetry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Moonstone's in his run across the room era right now. If y'all can hear him, I'm sorry. We have a 7. Is that all the scores? Am I tripping? 1, 2, 3. And a 7.6. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, I would like to send a big shout out and thank you to our festival director, tournament directors, safety and wellness coordinator, volunteer coordinator, and all the staff and volunteers who made it to the slam, made this slam possible. It's so many people that went into this, y'all. Please know that we are here organizing the Women of the World Poetry Slam because of our love and affinity for the culture and craft of this art form. This event is presented by the Black Arts District. It would be impossible without all these partners I'm about to share with y'all right now. But let me make sure that I ain't missed no other scores. Was that the last score? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah. Wow. That's all the poets and poems for today. Okay, so for Gwen C, we have a 23.8, but let me continue telling y'all these partners and community members. We have T. Rowe Price, Visit Baltimore, Maryland State Arts Council, 2 Gem Consulting. Please don't forget to tune in tomorrow for our virtual finals to see who is crowned the champion. Go to www.wowpsfest.com to watch. Please have a good day and be safe, everyone. Again, poets, please stay on in to make sure that the scores is correct. Y'all can sign up on those. For everyone else, I hope y'all have the most beautiful day ever, and that's filled with peace and ease and delight. Mwah.